Well, hello everybody. Chris Jordan here from the Curious Realm, coming to you live from the show floor here at CES 2024. We are here with Eli LaRue. He's here with Forma Vision, some amazing live action 3D mapping stuff. How did you guys first come out with this, and what led to the development of it?
Yeah, the genesis of it was really working at Microsoft and the need to get volumetric video and show it to executives. And you literally had to cart around carts of hard drives, and we thought there has to be a better way to do it. And so we really kind of focused the core team at Forma Vision on how to get all this data from point A to point B in a way that was accessible to a lot of people, so that is on really low bandwidth networks and also on devices you already have in your pocket. Not devices of the future, but the mobile phone in your pocket, you know, that old Quest 2 headset that you have in your closet. Can we bring as many people into, you know, this type of volumetric video communication?
Well, and as we were talking about beforehand, like, I've got a Microsoft Azure camera. I've played around with volumetric video. The issue that comes about is, how do you process that data? You know, how are you going to crunch down the wireframes, all that kind of stuff? You guys have this done in real time at like 5 megabits per second. It's crazy.
That's right, yeah. It's 30 milliseconds is what we budget ourselves to be able to take that data and put it in a compressible format that goes on the wire. As you said, 5 megabits per second, so really making it open to people even on a 4G network, right? You don't need a fiber optic connection to participate in these calls. And really opening it up for the masses has been kind of the number one thing that we've tried to focus on. Instead of going for just like the high-end market people that have all these resources, can we get as many people to participate as possible? And then, you know, figure out how they want to use it. You're saying you have an Azure Connect camera. Every piece of technology I own is to communicate in some way, whether it's a phone, a laptop. There's not one piece of technology I own that I don't use for communication. And some of these headsets right now, I think that might be one of the limiting steps. You can use it for certain kinds of communication, gaming, but, you know, do you want to meet with your grandmother as an avatar? You want to meet looking like yourself. You want to see how she's doing today, right? And so that's what we bring back into communication in this 3D world, is this authenticity, this ability to build trust in what you're seeing, but also trust between parties, people that you don't know. We were talking about empathy earlier, right?
Yeah.
What if you could bring a refugee into someone's home and have a conversation with them? What does that do for the ability for just the world to care about each other? And even from far sides of the world, like our actions here affect theirs, affect the ones over there as well, but we have no connection to that world. So this kind of technology, I think, will help bridge those gaps.
Absolutely.
And you know, there's other secondary benefits, like even travel. For me, I think one of our biggest competitors is the airline industry. It's not Zoom.
Wow.
It's like, do you want to get on an airplane, or do you want to hop into a volumetric video studio? What does that do for sustainability? For, you know, people that don't want to travel, can they still be there in person and have that experience?
Well, and you know, that especially, I'm a live AV technician. This is quite literally the waters that I wade in all the time. And it cracked me up that for years, probably about 5 years before COVID happened, all of my budget was going toward live streaming and trying to, and I could not get a client to buy a live stream to save my life, to incorporate live stream. They could not see why it was necessary. Now you are hard pressed to have an event without a live streaming component. And when you're talking about future events, when you're talking about how do you make that literally pop off the screen, take life, and have a new wow factor, this is it. This is it. Like, they were trying virtual studios. That was one of the big reasons I got my Azure camera, was to track subjects, do things, and be able to put them in a virtual studio, in a virtual event environment. And you could go out with this 3-camera system and literally map Caesar's Palace and have somebody doing an event in Caesar's Palace in real form, not in a cartoon avatar.
Absolutely, and I think you break beyond the limitations of physical reality, right? You think about something like NPR Tiny Desk. There's only so many people that can fit in that room and have that intimate experience.
That's right.
But put a bunch of cameras around an artist and bring that artist into everybody's home, not as an avatar, but as they are, and you feel that kind of personal connection. You feel like, and it's, again, you can have thousands of people in that tiny, tiny space, something you can never do in real life.
Yeah, absolutely. Take one step this way for me, Eloy. Wrapping this up, What do you see as the future of this? I mean, right now, once again, you've got amazing stuff going on. How real can we get the environment? How real can we get the people?
Yeah.
In short span, what's your next level looking like right now?
Yeah, so, every 6 months it honestly blows me away how far we've come. And sometimes I lose track of it because I see the technology daily. But, this is our second year at CES. Just year over year, you have people coming back and be like, wow, I can see the features of my nose now.
Yeah.
I can see the wrinkles. Maybe I do or don't like that, but for what it's worth, it's real. The fidelity is increasing month over month. We are leveraging AI and ML techniques to improve that over time. The hardware is getting better. So as an ecosystem, things are getting so much better. And what is it good for? What other use cases you'll see? That's like asking what good is 2D video. Back in the 80s, right? Like, this is 3D video. It's that natural evolution.
Absolutely.
The space is wide open. So given that we've kind of optimized for getting into as many people's hands as possible, we're going to see many things come about. It's really hard to predict where it'll go.
Oh, well, I mean, whenever you're talking about especially empathy, therapeutic use, being able to have
Literally therapy. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody was doing Zoom therapy over the last year or so, and being able to actively be there in person like that, not a flat screen, it changes the empathetic level.
There's an element of vulnerability that you don't get over Zoom. I've heard that even from my own friends that they don't like the Zoom call because they can kind of hide a little bit of their emotions behind it. But when you're in person with someone, there's an element of vulnerability that's just not possible.
That's right. That's right.
And I think I like that. I like the fact that the technology is making people more human. Not able to abstract themselves from the interaction.
That's just it. And I think that, honestly, that I think is a lot of people's concern with a lot of technology, not only things like this, but AI, all that is, how do we keep that human genuineness? How do we keep that genuine quality of an experience and not turn it into something that's cut and paste and paper mache like, And I think this is a great, fantastic leveraging of this technology to bring the real world into the virtual space.
Absolutely, that's exactly right. Real reality in the virtual web.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Eloy, amazing stuff. I can't wait to have you over in the booth
Cheers.
to talk about it. Let everybody know where they can go to find out more about Forma Vision, where they can go to follow you, keep up with updates.
Absolutely. So this is formavision.io. You'll learn more about how we produce this video, how you can join into these meetings, and all our apps are actually available for free. You have to pay to produce the content, but if you want to join a concert, join a live event, that's absolutely free.
Wow, too cool, man. Awesome. Well, while you are online checking out everything from Forma Vision, everybody, make sure to stop on by Curious Realm. CuriousRealm.com is where you can find all the episodes, like, follow, subscribe. It's where you can find our YouTube with all of these amazing videos from CES 2024. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this, folks.